Telford, a meeting of two hot prospects at super featherweight. Coventry's powerful prospect, Dean Pithie. He's coached by Charlie Magri, a former star of the ring himself. Against Steffi Bull, Pithie won the WBO Inter-Continental title, a junior belt in world terms, but nobody doubts that Pithie is a young man going places. Against him tonight, Paul Griffin from Dublin. He's coached by Brendan Ingle, a silky craftsman, Griffin. Southpaw, 12 straight wins as a pro, but at the age of 26, maybe hasn't quite made the rapid progress once expected of him. But both know that a win here could be the making of them.
I'm not worried about Dean Pithie's power at all. I don't think he's a puncher at all. I mean, I haven't fought since last May. Over the way I've been doing weight training, I'm a lot stronger than people think now.
He's trying to adapt the style of the Ingle gym, and he just doesn't suit him. And he slaps with his punches.
Dean Pithie then. Outstanding talent, but Barry, which way would you put your money?
This is a very difficult fight for Pithie. There's a great combination of styles. It's going to be very much an even fight up to the halfway stage. I think then Pithie may start to take over. Be interesting to see. Against him, Paul Griffin then. Our commentary team at ringside in Telford tonight will be Jim Watt and Reg Guttridge, and we'll hear from them after our Master of Ceremonies, Richard Hart.
On behalf of Frank Warren for Sports Network, ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is 12 3-minute rounds to decide the WBO Inter-Continental Super Featherweight Championship. Your timekeeper, Mr. Brian Heath. The judges, Mr. Larry O'Connell, Mr. Paul Thomas, and Mr. John Keane of England. Your supervisor, Charles Giles, and your referee, Mr. Mickey Van of Leeds. And now introducing the boxers. And in the red corner, wearing the blue and white shorts, weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pounds. He comes out of Dublin with a professional record of 12 contests, 12 wins, 4 by knockout. The most successful amateur Ireland has ever produced, and challenging for his first professional title, Paul Griffin. And in the blue corner, wearing the royal blue trunks, weighing in at 9 stone and 4 pounds, fighting out of Coventry with a professional record of 14 contests, 13 wins, 1 draw, 6 by knockout, making the first defence of his title, Dean Pithie. And now over to your referee, Mr. Mickey Van.
Well, this really does look like the makings of it. Not only a skilled championship, but a tough one, because they were world-class amateurs. Although they were contemporaries, of course, they just managed to miss each other, and there's a little bit of settling going on here, isn't there? This Intercontinental Super Featherweight Championship. That's the sort of second division behind the main WBO Championships. Referees Mickey Van from Leeds, for Coventry v Dublin. The southpaw with the white waistband of his trunks. Caught him brilliantly coming in there. But Dean Pithie, as we know, is hanging on to the fact that he's the last man to beat Nassim Hamed, but that was way long ago in the junior amateurs, and Hamed also had a decision over him.
Well, they've both landed big punches already, Reg, and the fight's only half a minute old.
Yeah, cracker. So, this has got the making, sorry, Jim, of a cracker, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we've got two unbeaten kids at the same stage of their career, both with everything in front of them. Everything to lose, everything to gain. This really has to be a cracker.
Pithie has developed into a very strong-looking super featherweight as well. So those amateur days when he won 6 national titles for the junior. But Griffin, as announced by the MC there, definitely is, well, certainly recently is the most outstanding amateur Ireland's ever produced.
I think Pithie might be a little bit more robust than Griffin, but a lot may depend on how he handles the southpaw stance of Griffin. Griffin, an excellent boxer, and when you add the southpaw stance to that, then you've got some problems in front of you.
Postponed fight, it should have taken place at Sheffield late last year. Griffin had a pull out at the weigh-in ceremony with an arm injury. And course, Pithie was very upset about that and had to have a surprisingly hard fight with Steffi Bull, the substitute, which went to the 11th round.
Well, Pithie seems to have big punches in mind, Reg. I think he'd be better settling down. He just seems too intent in landing big shots. You can actually see what he's thinking about. He really wants to relax a little bit and just think about boxing a little bit more.
Certainly, as you say, a distinct look of determination there, isn't it? He's casting his eyes at him, but Griffin's seen all this before.
And Pithie's landed one good right hand, but just a little bit too much posing in the first round, just too intent in getting a big punch home. See, he's lunging in now, winding up big punches, then lunging in.
Coventry, part of the crowd, they're giving the Dino, Dino chant. Made a lot of noise right above us here in the corner, Jim Watney. It certainly looks as though Pithie means it, as they say. And as we look here...
It takes a certain type of chip to...
Well, there's the close-up of the determined look as we return to round two. And Griffin is cool as anything, really, and using the counter-punch at the southpaw style.
Yeah, I think Pithie was trying to intimidate Griffin in the first round, snarling and so intent landing big punches, but he really is going to have to relax and just let the boxing take over a little bit.
Griffin might take that, a few rounds yet to get sharp. He's been out since last May. I'd say he pulled out of this fight with a surprise injury at the weigh-in ceremony in Sheffield.
Well, Pithie up in his head, and the referee's I think Mickey's going to
take the time out. No, he's warning that.
Yeah, he's warning both guys, but I really thought Pithie was the one rubbing his head in there. A lot of strain and tension in this fight, Reg.
Yeah. Smart move by the referee there, just calm it down, you two, and he means it. He can be very severe, actually, Ricky Van.
Well, Griffin not really prepared to take many chances either. He just wants to react to what Pithie's doing, and Pithie just posing again. I think this is going to settle down into a real good fight at the edge, but just too much tension between the two young fellas at the moment.
But they're making it a bit of a chess ball cracker here, Jim. They're trying to think a good fight, but they're also throwing tough punches and behaving a bit rough too.
Oh, yep, he's having a word with Pithie about the head. He's tending to rub his head in a little bit. Griffin leaned back and exaggerated it the last time, but Pithie just a little bit too wound up, I think.
Right hand lead of Griffin is using that, waits for Pithie just to try moving and uses that as the counter, catching him full flush, but he hasn't done that yet, not properly anyway for him. So there, he's using a sort of corrective punches. Been around the world and back almost, Griffin. He was an amateur for Ireland, something like 40 vest as they're called. Sparring in Denmark, Jim, with an unbeaten pro out there. It's surprising, that.
Yes, this is going to be a real corker. Pithie's so intent and just intimidating Griffin. It's still tending to wind up too much, not letting his boxing flow.
Imagine this must be a game plan by Pithie and Charlie Magri in the corner there, saying go for it early on.
Well, Pithie's getting through Griffin's guard a little bit more here, but still lunging through, not boxing his way through.
there's a bit of Pithie action there coming. He's really throwing himself, isn't he, Jim?
Yeah, real aggression, real intent in getting close, but he's tending to lunge to make that final move into punching range. He's lunging a little bit. Success in that attack. He's going to have to tidy up a little bit.
Third round coming up. Scheduled for 12. Super featherweights, that's the 9'4" division.
See, I can see the point there, what Pithie's thinking. You don't want to be throwing a jab to acute southpaw. If a southpaw steps outside your jab, then he has got a completely open target. Pithie doesn't want that to happen, so he's trying to get close and let clusters of punches go. The plan's good, but he's just going to have to relax a little bit.
Bit of a bull and matador job at the moment. Watch the way Griffin tries to slide away so cleverly, but the pressure's on all the time.
Griffin not really prepared to lead off at any time. He's hoping to draw Pithie in. Bit of a tactical battle going on at the moment. Both boys just they know the other guy's waiting for a mistake to be made. Neither prepared to make the mistakes.
Well, as I said earlier, they missed each other as amateurs and both very formidable, certainly as juniors, and even before that as schoolboys. So it looks as though they've sort of been watching each other all these years, probably.
Everything is just too intense between them, Reg. I mean, what should really be a great battle, it's too much posing and threatening and snarling. Pithie getting through the defence now.
Won't consider points at the moment. May not happen. We've got 3 British judges, which makes a change.
That southpaw jab is going to have some problems as the fight wears on if Pithie doesn't get it solved out. See, Griffin's shown a lot of patience. He's probably, if this was in Griffin's hometown, he would have to get moving a little bit quicker with his own home fans behind him. But he's nice and patient, just allowing Pithie to force things.
Well, it looks like that's the game plan anyway, Dennis.
Good right hand from Pithie. Pithie getting through a couple of times in this round, Reg.
Isn't he, Griffin? Maybe that's deliberate on his part.
They're both just so intense, Reg. They both see this fight for the importance that it has.
Right on the bell.
Up Saturday night, Lennox Lewis against Shannon Briggs, Harold Graham against Charles Brewer, just 2 of 4 world title fights on this special Sky box office event. For further information, call 0990 800 888, 0990 800 888 for more information on a great night of World Championship Boxing. Back to Telford and Jim and Reg.
So out for the 4th round. And this really is building up to, well, it's already a cracking little battle. As Jim Watt rightly says, it gets a bit intense, certainly from Pithie's point of view, but that's the way he wants to. He wants to ruffle this fellow out of his stride a little bit, Griffin. He's such a competent boxer, particularly on the retreat.
Well, I think Pithie knows that he can't outbox Griffin at long range, so he's just trying to get into range. But the last move, he's having to lunge, and a bit of success in the previous round. Good right hand there from Pithie. See, there's that. As soon as a slight mistake's made, he gets punished with that right jab.
And a sort of calm confidence as well about the Irishman, don't you think, Jim? You know, he doesn't seem too bothered about Pithie's attacking methods at the moment.
He's just not doing too much work, Reg. I mean, I have them fairly level at the moment because they scored the first round to Griffin. But he needs to be doing a little bit more work. He needs to lead off a little bit more.
They just don't want to make a mistake. It's amazing that they're trying to draw. Griffin's trying to draw Pithie, and Pithie doesn't want to fall into any trap. But he now is copped for one or two of those right-hand leads, turned into a hook coming in from Griffin. It's not wary so much, but trying to be sensible about it like that.
See, Griffin's throwing some nice counters, Reg, but he's not really sustaining any work. Pithie is the one doing the work, and he's getting through with a through punch. Not too many clean punches been landed. That was just a slip, yeah, obviously just a slip.
He thought he'd got a knockdown there, Pithie, but he hadn't. The referee signalled immediately. He went down that was a collision, if you like.
The southpaw jab is definitely going to be a problem for Pithie. But at this moment, Griffin not really using it to full advantage.
Bangs away, gnaws away in there, doesn't he, Pithie, when he's close in like that.
Pithie still trying to get close without getting caught by the counters. Now we had a good punch from Pithie. Well, so far Pithie's tactics are all right, Reg. I think Griffin is the one who has to change what he's doing, has to get his punches off a little bit quicker.
Well, I think they're certainly needing a break now, because there's quite a tempo here, isn't there, as we look at Griffin's corner here. He's been out since last May, and he needs now to get himself in. Well, he's in physical shape, but he just wants to get that timing right, and it's coming as he goes along. Now, let's have a look at this, see what's a slip, knockdown, a collision.
No, definitely a slip, Reg.
Yeah, there it is. You see.
But psychologically, Pithie did the right thing. He walked away with his hands in the air. A little bit of psychology, nothing wrong with that.
No,
no way was that a knockdown.
No, the referee ignored that, though, didn't he? He's seen that done before, I should think. So he trains in the Republic of Ireland, Griffin, but sometimes he sharpens up in the Ingles Gymnasium in Sheffield, and he sparred in Denver for this fight, so he really means it. I've got an extra mouth to feed, I'm told, too. Became dad recently, Griffin. Have we got it, Jim? Let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah, just for work rate, I think I have Pithie just a point in front. Griffin's been throwing some nice counter punches, but Reggie's not sustaining anything. So Pithie slightly in front, and just he seems to have that little bit of strength and maturity that's lacking in Griffin, and he's taken over here.
Yeah, he's getting through in round 5 now. He's had a bit of a handy spell there.
I think Griffin realises he has to change tactics, but these are not the ones he should be changing to. He should be sticking that jab, moving and making use of the southpaw jab. He doesn't want to be trading it with this little fellow. That's what he wants to be doing,
yeah,
just keeping it at range.
Stood his ground there, didn't he, Jim, and did it.
Doesn't want to really be trading with this fellow, though.
Pithie actually got stunned quite a bit in his last fight in Sheffield against Steffi Bull, but then he recovered well and won in the 11th round. But to be fair to Bull, he was a substitute for that one, but he found his first sort of rough ride in the program there. Pithie came through it. Oh, he leaped him with that and got away with it too, Pithie.
I don't remember seeing two young fellows looking so intense in a fight, Reg, as though their lives depended on this, the way they're going about it.
Oh yeah, this is great rivalry here.
This is the type of fight Pithie's hoping for, Reg. Griffin not using his smooth boxing skills. He's trading here, and I wouldn't suggest that's the thing he should be doing. Griffin, he's breathing fairly heavily already. We're only in the 5th round, and he's breathing fairly heavy.
Well, it's some pace, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it's not been a pace, Reg, punches thrown in the first 4 rounds. A lot of posing and stalking and threatening, but it's fairly opened up now. Yep, this is the type of action that Pithie's hoping for. He's been trying to draw Griffin into this type of fight, and now it's happened.
I'm amazed he's not, you know, going from side to side a bit here, actually, Griffin. He's standing still, waiting for that counter punch, but he's getting caught too often. He's not sliding away, is he? Griffin
has excellent boxing skills, and he's not using them.
Exactly. That's exactly what I meant, yeah.
Yep, he's just standing and trading.
Well, there you are. This obviously saying to Griffin, now come on, you've got to start settling down here, because you're, and that stats will show you there that Pithie obviously thrown that more punches. So they're just giving him a little bit of verbal in the ears there, a little bit of GBH on Griffin, and I can understand why. So round 6 of this WBO Inter-Continental Championship at super featherweight, 9 stone 4 pounds.
Lovely left-hand lead there from Griffin just to start the 6th round there. See, this is what he wants to do. He wants to try to pick some punches, not stand and trade. Although it's difficult the way Pithie is driving himself in. Now that's more like what you would expect from Griffin. In, land the punches, get back out again.
There's some power in that right-hand lead, I tell you that. He's starting to trade a bit now, Griffin. He's obviously had terse corner orders by the look of it to start opening up a bit.
This is definitely better stuff from Griffin, but I just get the feel, looking at the two boys in between rounds, Pithie looks much more comfortable. Griffin looking, though, this is not what I had in mind. Just looking that little bit distressed in between rounds, and even now, this is not the kind of fight he wants to get involved in. He likes to use his skills, but he now realises how tough this is going to be. Griffin leading now a bit more, and this is what he has to do. He can't react to what Pithie's doing all the time. Pithie rubbing the head again, Reg.
Yeah, it's a pity it gets untied. They're such good competitors, there's no need for that. Well-taught amateurs, and now they've adopted themselves to the hardened pro style. He's a good punch picker, the Irishman, too, Jim, when he wants to.
Yeah, this has been so far this has been the best round for him. He's really boxing well here, but still had that little uncomfortable look in his face all the while. Griffin he's a classy boxer, Reg, and I don't think he likes doing things quite the hard way in the early stages of a fight.
Well, unbeaten, Jim, you know, he probably figures, well, I've had the experience now, but I think he may have underestimated Pithie a little bit by the way he's been boxing. On the other hand, he would argue the point, there's still a long way to go. How do you know?
Well, it's certainly livened up. This is more like what we expected, Reg. In the first couple of rounds, as we said, you know, 2 and 10s. There's a lot more action now.
Watch the head. Meanwhile, backstage, here's Richie Woodall. What does he have to say with Danny Mancini working on the bandage in there? And let's hear what he says.
I think I've got to keep busy. He's a crafty fighter himself, you know. It's going to be, I think, a battle of boxers, really. But I class myself a better boxer than Malinga. I'm a bit quicker, I'm sharper, and I'm younger. So I think as long as the fight goes, I think it'll favour me.
So there he is, and you know, that's when the nerves set in a little bit, no matter how confident the boxer is. But his corner man then's a bit of an old stager at the game. Back to the action. Dean Pithie, Paul Griffin. Round 7. As I said earlier, there's 3 British judges if we do go to the points on this one after 12. The referee doesn't score. They are Larry O'Connell, John Keane and Paul Thomas. Griffin's throwing a lot more leather now, Jim, isn't he?
Yeah, in the early rounds he was reacting to what Pithie was doing all the time, and that really wasn't working too well. You have to get punches off quicker. That way you have a chance of being in command. I mean, he's still on the back foot, but he's getting his own punches off quicker now.
Pithie refuses to take a back step there. He's getting hit with shots and still figures, well, I'm going to take that. It's not in his favour to do that. Just need a little bit of a bob and weave situation there. He's doing it there, strangely enough.
Another big gulp of breath from Griffin there, Reg. I mean, I'm sure Griffin would love to slow the pace down, but Pithie really has to keep the pace up where it is, keep him under pressure.
Yeah, he's giving him more warnings there, Mickey Van.
See, Pithie is not getting quite so close now. He's stopping just inside punching range, and he's allowing Griffin to get the punches off now.
So there he is, he's saying you're spraying a bit there with your head. Which is more or less his style of fighting. Yes, it was a bit kind of semi-deliberate in the early rounds, the misuse of the head with Pithie, but now that's as he rushes in. Oh, good shot, the right hand though. So he commands a bit in the centre of the ring, notice this, Griffin.
This is a tough round to score, Reg.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the defences are not so good, either of them here. They just don't care, do they? It's hit or be hit.
They've both had fair bits of success at different times in this round. Pithie's still just looking that little bit more comfortable, as though this is the type of fight he enjoys.
And there's Charlie Magri in the corner. I nearly said little Charlie, as we know him in the East End of London. Take a bit of getting off to the old 8 stone, wouldn't he, now? But he's enjoying his coaching and managing days. They can't resist it, you see. This is how you should be doing it. It's different styles altogether, mind you, but he was a world champion at a few weights below this. So there's the statistics of that. Then still throwing more punches, isn't he, Pithie? We'll have a look at him now, and that's even in slow motion, Jim, they're fast enough, aren't they?
Quick, yeah, well, Pithie again getting through the defence. He's getting that little bit closer. At the early part of the round, he wasn't getting close, but the longer the round has gone, he was getting so that's a worry for Griffin if Pithie is taking over towards the end of a round. That's really something for Griffin to worry about.
So the 8th coming up. Dublin versus Coventry for the WBO Inter-Continental Championship at stake. That's the one that's just below the main event, as it were, but it's always a good stepping stone to get into the big time.
When Griffin gets his body weight forward, Reg, and tries to take the centre of the ring, he's so much more effective. when he falls back in the ropes, leaves himself nowhere to go, then this is what happens. Pithie lunges and pins him on the ropes. Really, he should be trying to do more of his work out closer to the centre of the ring. Another big gasp of breath from Griffin. He's really not looking comfortable.
He threw some punches there and then backed off when Pithie came back. I think he's resigned to the fact by now, Jim, this part of the contest, that he's got to stand and trade a bit because Pithie's too busy otherwise.
Well,
He makes him punch.
It's not so much stand and trade, Reg. It's get away from the ropes and instigate some attacks. Get his punches off quicker in the centre of the ring. Don't back onto the ropes here. And as soon as his back touches the ropes, that's when Pithie lunges and puts some punches together.
Now then, this is trying to outsmart each other with the heads only. They're a thinking contest at times. Both hoping one will lead to the other, and the counter punch will be the better punch of the two.
See, the problem with Griffin's tactics, he's backing off. So when Pithie attacks, he manages to get one counter punch off, which is not really enough. Pithie, on the other hand, is getting 3 and 4 punches off. They're not all landing, but he's getting them off and looking busy.
Sometimes you get the impression, Jim, don't you, that Griffin is using the ropes, trying in his advantage a bit of sort of, not catapulting, but a bit of a leverage to throw his counter. He did just down in the corner, but let's see if he's going to do it again.
I think he's much more effective, Reg, when he gets himself out in the centre of the ring. And he's got space to move in all directions. He moves back to the ropes, he has nowhere to go. See, here we are again. Pithie is the one with a work rate. But Reg, every round has been so close.
Oh, it's getting hard with the heads there now, you know. It's true that Pithie's boring in, but on the other hand, they're both dropping their heads. It's more style than deliberate. Just a rough fight. Have a look at the boy Malinga backstage, if we can, before the big main event, and there he is, this veteran South African fighter. Well, I hope he's not rehearsing. I doubt it with his record. The man who dethroned Robin Reed and did it in style. He also has a win over Nigel Benn. And I tell you, there's a lot of people thinking that Richie Woodall was going to have a harder fight than anticipated. Well, we'll soon find out. Well, there's Magri and Co leading into him now and saying, this is what we want now. Come on. Round 9. Unbeaten boxers, remember. 1 draw on Pithie's record against Kelton McKenzie. So I wonder, Jim, let's have a look at your scorecard. Your scorecard. I'm not seeing it until it comes up on the screen.
Yeah, I have the Pithie a couple of points in front, Reg, just down to his work rate and the fact that he's throwing punches in clusters rather than the single counters coming back too often from Griffin. But as I say, all of these rounds are so close.
Oh, scoring boxing was a bit subjective anyway, but it's wondering how the 3 judges from each side of the ring are viewing this. I see Mohammed down there. Might just spot him calling out some advice. I'm not sure which one.
Oh, good right hand.
Good shots they are. What a battle. What a battle. And he stopped it. It didn't look as though he would, but he's doing a lap of honour already, Dean Pithie. He unloaded successful punches there. And really nobody would have predicted that before the fight. That Paul Griffin, but his legs are gone. Referee was absolutely right, Mickey Van. I wasn't questioning it anyway. It was just a shock ending. And his legs definitely betrayed him there. The referee grabbed him as he tried to run across the ring, or stumble across the ring in his case. And the Boxing Board of Control doctor is up there right away.
Well, Reg,
He
I've got
wasn't
to tell you,
protesting in any way, was
tell
he?
you what, Reg, Griffin was throwing punches back, or trying to, when the end occurred. And I thought, as it happened, that referee Van maybe acted a little bit too quickly. But he was perfectly right, because as Griffin started walking towards the centre of the ring, his legs were all over the place. So referee Van did an excellent job. He had a better view than we had, Reg. But that was the right hand that caused all the problems. That took everything away from him. Pounded in. Now, Griffin was trying to throw back here. If he could have taken a count at that point, it would probably have been all right. He's not in serious trouble here. He seems to know what he has to do. He's trying to throw back, but referee Van could see his eyes, and he realised he wasn't going to get out of that trouble that he was in. It was a beautiful right-hand punch, bang on the chin.
The thing is that Mickey Van knew what he was doing there, and it's better for them to be too early than too late, in my opinion, with referees. And
definitely.
Good refereeing. It was the far side of the ring, and we couldn't understand at that second. But you see, there's no protest at all from Griffin.
Well,
He's dazed all right there, look.
He did complain a little bit, Reg, but as he walked to the centre of the ring to continue his complaint, his legs were all over the place. Now, the body language here must have told Mickey Van that he had nothing left to offer, because his body was sagging. You know, there wasn't a tightness or a strength. No look of him coming back. So the referee, perfect job.
What a championship fight that was, just the same. And the man who fought with the sort of bulldog type of spirit, wasn't he? Went in there, and very impressive win by Dean Pithie.
Ladies and gentlemen, a contest that thoroughly lived up to its billing. After 1 minute, 3 seconds of the ninth round, referee Mickey Van stopped the fight. Paul Griffin in no position to defend himself. The winner, and still WBO Inter-Continental Super Featherweight Champion, Dean Pithie.
So the pressure fighter gets the better of the slick southpaw craftsman.
Griffin.
Pithie's night. Big setback for Griffin, but at the age of 26, maybe he can come again. Dean Pithie has done everything asked of him on the way up so far, and yet another step forward tonight from this hot prospect from Coventry.